what is a story, exactly? A lesson? An escape? A warning? Perhaps it's a light that shines through an endless expanse of darkness, a beacon of hope in times of need. Or it could be exactly what it sounds like, something that's told purely for entertainment, meant to run you through a gamut of emotions, to connect with someone else's experiences. Stories are empathy, a tool to share sadness, fear, joy, envy, a tool of connection. But then again, sometimes they aren't. Sometimes they're the most dangerous kind of lie.
Nice.
I try.
The sea has power. We've always felt that, haven't we? There's a reason you see so many stories with water as a conduit, between worlds and between lives, even across death.
Enter Payne Manor. This vast structure on the shores of York, Maine, was the lifelong dream of entrepreneur and amateur architect Joseph Payne, and it began its long life just over 50 years after the Fox sisters emerged onto the public scene, with a ghost story and the start of a new religion. By the time Payne Manor completed its construction in the waning days of 1901, spiritualism still flourished in the Western world. Good, respectable families turned their parlors into seance rooms, kept their talking boards next to their fine china. Not Joseph Payne, though. He famously didn't hold with that kind of nonsense. Too bad for him, really. Joseph Payne died in the autumn of 1902, in a rocking chair on his porch overlooking the sea, not even a year after the completion of his dream home. The cause of his death was unknown, but the house still stood even so. Its name remained even if he did not. And that's when the real fun started.
You're listening to The Bridge.
In 1915, famous psychic Claudia Baker traveled to York, Maine to investigate poltergeist activity in a family of 5. How'd that family fare? Who knows? Claudia got a little distracted by her lodgings. Payne Manor, of course, then a luxury hotel.
Claudia declared Payne Manor the most spiritually active location she had ever visited.
Something about the sea, I guess. All that living water crashing against the rocks below. Claudia always said that water connected the living and the dead.
And throughout spiritualism's heyday, Payne Manor held perhaps more seances than any structures in New England. Mediums raced to Maine's rocky shores to prove their chops. Grieving families and lovers traveled hundreds of miles full of hope. And all that time, Claudia held court, wealthy enough now to buy Payne Manor from the all-too-eager hoteliers.
That's not to say Claudia's reign wasn't troubled. Even in her prime, the more serious of the community viewed her with suspicion. Rumor has it that Harry Houdini himself attended one of her seances and exposed her tactics to everyone in the room. By the 1930s, Claudia's faithful were few and far between. She counted only skeptics and grieving, vengeful former customers among her visitors. By the 1940s, she had been found dead in her home, Payne Manor, in the rocking chair on that porch overlooking the sea.
For years, Payne Manor fell into obscurity. Its owners lived long, satisfied lives in the house, as you usually do in a place like that. And the stories were counted as just that, stories. And across the years, those owners grew wealthier and wealthier. Its last living inhabitant, in fact, was wealthy enough to transplant the entire mansion to the brand new, recently built Transcontinental Bridge.
Here's the funny thing, though. In all its years on the mainland, in all its years of calls to the dead, there was not one credible haunting within its walls. And within a week of its transportation to the bridge, that wildly wealthy owner moved to a much smaller mainland apartment where he lived out the rest of his days. And then, only then, did Payne Manor's haunted reputation start to build. And it built enough that the well-respected, famously skeptical paranormal investigator Yvette Breckenridge came all the way out here to investigate. She expected, of course, to find nothing, just as her skeptical predecessors had years ago. Yvette, as you may have heard, was never seen again.
Who do you think it would be, though? Haunting the manor, Claudia or Joseph?
Assuming, of course, that these rumors have any truth, could be either. Could be both. I'm partial to a third theory, though. That Payne Manor is haunted by the souls of the people who were promised a reunion with their lost loved ones and were given nothing. Stories can be any number of things. A lesson, an escape, a warning, a tool of connection, a beacon of hope. And they can be a weapon, a wildfire, a quake that shifts the landscape of the earth. Hope, you see, is a dangerous thing to promise. Ready to get to work?
I thought you'd never ask.
And that's why yellow roses mean friendship.
That's great, I think.
Depends. Did they brighten your day?
Maybe a little?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you...
No.
Hey, where are you going?
With any luck, somewhere none of you will be able to find me.
Aw, come on. Where's the fun in that? Guess I'm gonna have to change tactics.
Hey, Kate. Do you know what that sounded like?
You know, I'm glad you asked. I think it was pretty reminiscent of someone losing a competition.
It truly is one of my favorite things.
I'm not out yet. He didn't give me an official score.
I don't know. I feel like you should have some points deducted.
Considering you already drove him away.
Whatever. 10 points for whoever finds him first.
Godspeed, Bertrand.
What about our, visitors? I don't want to wake them up if we're running around all night.
They seemed pretty out of it when I showed them to their rooms.
Probably the backseat driving ghost.
If that's even a thing that happened.
Oh, now you're the skeptic. Who's the one always going on and on about Aqualand's alleged demonic starfish?
That really was a terrible idea.
Right. So, our visitors are asleep and shall remain asleep as long as we don't go through level 2.
What if that's exactly where Roger's hiding?
I don't think he'd risk waking them. This would be kind of awkward to explain.
Can you imagine it? Him trying to talk to them about it? Here's a written description of why everyone in this watchtower is determined to make me smile. It's a game they play every year because I'm so grumpy all the time. Winner gets... Well, I don't know what the winner gets. Bertie, what does the winner get?
Bragging rights, sir. And the feeling one gets when they realize they've accomplished the impossible, sir.
Okay, we have waited long enough. First one to find him gets 10 extra points.
Wait, where'd he go?
It looks like he's somewhere on level 1.
You sure?
Unless there's some other life form hanging out there.
It could be a...
The heat signature's not large enough. And do you really think they'd keep it above the water?
I guess not. Should we try to look for our target while they're searching?
No. Let's not ruin the illusion that we're sleeping. We can do more if we keep monitoring them. Figure out any weaknesses they might have.
Always with the weaknesses.
As opposed to winning them over with our charming wit.
We have 3 days at most to acquire both targets.
I'm glad to know you're paying attention.
I meant that we can't afford to be sitting around watching them play some sort of weird game.
They found him.
Yep. I'm happy. See? I'm smiling.
Etta, now.
You're gonna love this. I've been practicing. You're not ready. Listen to that magic.
Oh, no. You don't have to...
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
Okay, this really isn't necessary. It's a normal day, just like any other day. And really, are there any winners when we do this?
I won last year.
Only because I wasn't here yet.
Life is but a dream. Well, how would you rate?
-5.
But the lowest it goes is...
-5.
Ouch.
What? No, let go.
There he goes again.
I guess it's your turn, Kate.
Get ready to lose, dweebs.
Can't appreciate music when he hears it.
I still don't understand them.
Luckily, you don't have to understand them to take the girl.
Well, it certainly would be easier to form a plan if we had more time to learn their habits and schedules.
You can't always get what you want, I guess. Speaking of, I found him again.
Waldo? I always wondered where he was hiding.
I should have seen that one coming.
You know, for someone who doesn't want to be found, you sure go to the most obvious places.
Yeah, I'm not very creative.
I'm shocked. This is my shocked face.
Where are the others?
Game room. They're waiting for us there.
I don't want to go back in there just yet.
You don't have to. I got them to see reason.
Which means...
Sometimes they get a little too caught up in their dastardly plans. They forget that not everyone's built the same way.
I'm glad you got here when you did. The last bridge travel agent, she... So what are you going to try to do to cheer me up? Not another song, I hope.
Nope. The obligatory song and dance thing is all Etta. I did find something interesting, though.
Haven't heard that one before.
No, you really haven't.
Okay. This is, Yvette, again. I'm standing outside of Payne Manor. That's spelled P-A-Y-N-E. And yes, I'm aware that the name also bears a close rhyming resemblance to a certain superhero's house. I don't name these places people, I just investigate them. Anyway, Payne Manor is older than the bridge. Another thing carried over from the mainland after they'd finished their first wave of construction. The house, well, house doesn't seem like an adequate word to describe this thing, had no records of hauntings before it was transplanted out here near Watchtower 4. And that's enough backstory for now. Time to live in the present, or whatever that saying is. I'm staring right at the front door. There's a brass knocker. It's a lion, which seems a little cliche, though I guess if you think about it, me walking into a haunted mansion in the middle of nowhere, completely isolated from the outside world is, well, you get it. Ugh. Cobwebs everywhere. I don't know why this surprises me every time I go into an abandoned building, but... Okay. Well, gotta love a haunted house with good PR. Let's go turn that off, whatever it is. And now for the architectural stylings of Joseph Payne. For those of you who don't spend your time following in the footsteps of eccentric entrepreneurs, there but for the grace of God go you, by the way. Our friend Joe never trained with anyone, but he drew up the majority of the blueprints himself. That said, there's a bit of ingenuity to be found here, like this switchback staircase, for example. 7 flights, each stair about 2 inches high. It only goes up about 9 feet. According to the spiritualist movement, it's a portal between worlds, calling out to the dead with its alien geometry. But in reality, an easier way for Joseph to climb the stairs on his arthritic legs. I know, I'm tons of fun at parties. But on the bright side, I'm about 2 seconds from turning off that music, so don't say I never bring you anywhere nice. Should be just around this... This is new. I'm in the dining room, and there's a full meal laid out. Food, cutlery, the works. It's not impossible that someone would hold an event here, but there's not a single light on in this entire place. The lengths people will go to throw me off. There. That's done. You know, it's the simple things in life. Sorry about that, everyone. Wind's picking up. Waves are coming in on the side of the...
Let me ask you something. Is existence enough?
More...
It wouldn't be for you, would it?
More sound effects.
Listening to my voice, you're not just existing.
This would be why I asked Watchtower 4 to keep my visit quiet, so that I wouldn't have every idiot with a fairy tale and a sound system roll down here to prove me...
You had a fight with your husband this morning, or they used a different relish on your sandwich
There's
today.
someone out there.
Even on your most commonplace days, your existence...
She's not doing anything. She's just standing over by the wall. I can't see who she's talking to.
On this planet.
I don't know if she's talking to anyone.
The inhabitants of this ocean used to have more than existence.
I don't think she's here for me. I don't think she knows that I'm here. Okay. She turned the corner. I'm getting to the stairs. I'm getting... This is Yvette Breckenridge. I'm in Payne Manor, Payne. If you're listening to this, please tell them to...
Well now, that's enough of that.
So this is supposed to cheer me up. How?
It's spooky.
I hate to say it, but we should go inside.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I want to be out here anymore. We can start making breakfast before our guests wake up.
Someone's hospitable all of a sudden.
Yeah, the quicker we can get them out, the better. You go with Birdie and do what you can with that car.
The car that plunged into the ocean? I don't think we can fix that.
Just get them out of there as soon as you can.
Yes, sir. Stranger danger and all that.
The longer they stay here, the higher the risk they figure out what's in Submare 3.
I know. I'll go get Birdie.
Sorry, everyone. I didn't get a chance to share a story with you tonight. I guess we got a little carried away with... well, the details aren't important. From Watchtower 10, this is Etta, signing off. What?
Whoa. Is that any way to treat a friend of the show?
For the millionth time, Frank, we're not friends.
You don't mean that.
While I've been alive, I've never meant anything more than what I just said.
Oh, come on. There was that whole thing about finding your missing mom.
Is there something you wanted, Frank? Or did you just call in to revisit my childhood trauma?
I'd never do anything of the sort. I was gonna ask you if you got a new co-host.
What?
Did you get new co-host?
No.
But there were 2 people in there earlier. I heard their voices plain as day.
You mean Kate, Birdie, and Roger?
That's 3 voices. I said there were 2.
I know what you meant.
3 and 2 aren't equal. That's not how math works.
Frank, who were the voices?
It wasn't anyone I'd heard before. These 2 were new.
What did they say?
Some story about a ghost hunter who disappeared, or maybe she was a debunker or something. I wasn't listening. We were having a meeting, so I had to leave before they were finished.
But they told you a story? On my frequency? Maybe it just got hacked.
No one's gonna take the time to hack into your frequency just to tell us a story. I'm pretty sure they were in your room. Hence my question about new co-hosts.
Did they say anything else? I mean, after the whole ghost hunter thing.
Nope. Just that. Whoever they are, they don't know how to turn something off properly. I've been listening to static for the last 20 minutes.
Thanks for the info, Frank. No new co-hosts here. And I'll fix that sound issue at some point. I've gotta go. Roger's probably looking for me.
Wait, but...
Great. Thank you so much for listening to The Bridge. This episode was written by Alex Brown and Rebecca Mahoney. It features, in order of appearance, Danielle Wood as Nora, James Turner as Percy, David Piccarello as Bertie, Chris Martin as Roger, Alex Brown as Etta, and Liz Hull as Kate. We're very excited to welcome back Stephanie Wiggum as our doomed paranormal debunker, Yvette, and are thrilled to introduce Rebecca Mahoney as the mysterious voice and Salim Razawi as Frank. The ever-fitting pieces of music that accompanied tonight's sordid story were composed by the greatest person ever, Sarah Fairchild. Our superb theme song and the haunting 1930s-ish accompaniment in Yvette's scene were composed by the equally superb, but probably not as haunting, Jake Hull. This episode was edited and mixed by Alex Brown. This sound effect was provided by Dead Signals, creators of the Archive 81 and the Deep Vault podcast. Looking for more ridiculously cool podcasts? We recommend Greater Boston and the Tunnels podcast. Want to know what Percy and Nora are up to? Same. Unfortunately, we can't tell you that just yet, but you can visit our website at thebridgepod.com. You can also find us on Twitter at bridge_podcast and on Facebook and Tumblr. Please rate and review us on iTunes and feel free to email us at watchtower10reports@gmail.com. It's kind of a long address, but if you go to our website and click on the little mail icon, it'll lead you right to it. Thank you once again for listening to The Bridge. In honor of her recent birthday, we have an outtake from the amazing Jen Elysian, who has previously been our mysterious voice and Ballard. Happy birthday, Jen!
Who will you fail to save? Don't linger. Whoa, okay, I got an email.